Cool, live.
Cool, live.
Yep, good to go.
Sweet. All right, let me know when people start coming in. We can do this thing. What's up, everyone? For people that are here, Happy Wheel Wednesday. Here we are again every single week on Wednesday, 2 p.m. We do this live Q&A where you guys come in here, ask your questions, gets an answer, and then leaves.
Seem more enthused.
So that's what we're doing today. You guys are going to come in here and ask your questions. You're going to get an answer, and you're going to get out. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so, what's up, everyone? This is what we do every single week.
This is what we do.
Give you guys some updates. We got the podcast coming up in about an hour's time on YouTube and Spotify and all those streaming platforms. We have a guest on today's podcast, so it's going to be me, myself, Scott, and Guillermo Cabrera, who goes by GC Drifting. And if you guys have ever seen his Instagram page or whatever, he is a sim racer and also a coach and a driver. He's going to be on our podcast today, and we're going to be talking about sim racing and how it translates to actual seat time, how it translates to the racetrack, and just the benefits and the kind of information on it that, we kind of dive deeper into. But
I'll tell you what, after that podcast ended, I went that night to fanatec.com and started adding stuff to my cart.
Yeah, and then after this podcast, Scott bought a sim rig or something. So, it's like, it's cool stuff. But so we talk with Guillermo, who is an insane sim racer and drifter. And he also has ties to Formula Drift. So, he's legit, and it's really, really cool if you guys don't know who he is. But that's who's on the podcast today in about an hour's time. It's a really good one. This Friday, we're going to have a wheel tech video coming out on our YouTube channel, piece of content, and it's going to be about prepping your wheels for winter. The cold weather is on its way. It's officially autumn, fall, right?
Yeah,
so,
it sucks.
Yeah, so it's getting colder out. I'm freezing. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about prepping your wheels for winter on this Friday. But if you guys have any questions, ask away. Now's the time for me to answer.
We got 2Gay Battle 757 asking, where Baby Yoda at?
Where Baby Yoda at? Not here, unfortunately.
He's next door.
Yeah.
We got Bragg's Designs. Are you looking for anyone to do any wheel renderings?
Are you looking for anyone? No, unfortunately, we're not. I mean, I think you could maybe send over a resume or a DM or something or whatever, and you never know. But actively, not really.
CLT Brian.
Brian, what's up, man? How are you?
What questions do you have for us fans?
Questions for us fans.
Only fans?
What questions do I have for you guys? I don't know. What do you guys want to see? I don't know.
Blueberry here. What up, Blueberry?
Are we doing a good job? That's what I would ask. Hey, Blueberry, how are you?
Blueberry asks Brian, goes, can I put tires on my Konigs?
I mean, yeah, so. It's a good start.
I would hope so.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Hook said go. What Konig wheels should I throw on my 92 Lexus SC400?
Oh, okay, so that's a cool car. What wheels should you put on that? I mean, I know we're going to have hypergram fitments for it, probably countergram fitment. Some really good options there. So try that out. Probably 17-inch or 16-inch.
What wheel would you go with specifically?
Probably hypergram.
Hypergram, nice.
I think it's a pretty safe one for that.
M-Spec Performance in the house.
Yo, what's up, Casey? Yeah, how are you, man?
Casey, we've got you. We were talking a lot about you guys on the podcast today, so check that out.
Yeah, we are talking about you and Dan and some of the other drivers on the podcast today. We have Guillermo Cabrera on the podcast today, Casey.
We got someone asking, what's that wheel behind your head?
Wheel behind my head, that is without looking, it is the Konig Diverge.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. And what finish?
That's a gloss black.
Nice.
So the Diverge is a split 5-spoke wheel off of our main line, gloss black. Boom, there it is. Came out last year.
We got Jonathan H. asking, what's coming out at SEMA this year?
New stuff.
Well, actually, no. Question number 1 is, are you going to be at SEMA this year? Number 2 is, what's coming out?
So we're going to be at SEMA this year. We're going to be in the South Hall Lower, the same one that we always are. A little bit smaller booth than our previous years. We're downsizing this year just for the sake of it. And we are going to be coming in hot with some new stuff, guys. So
how many new wheels? Can you tell them?
I can't disclose that yet, but
we just found out today. It's surprising.
We have new stuff. There's going to be new stuff at SEMA. I think we're going to have some really cool stuff. I'll give the 2 things I can give you guys definite. We're actually going to be introducing a truck wheel, and we are going to be introducing more of our Forge stuff. So, which is crazy to say because we haven't even really had our Forge stuff out, but we're going to be doing some Forge stuff, some truck stuff, SEMA this year. It's going to be there.
Got someone relative saying any Forged updates by any chance?
Yeah, so Forge updates as of right now is that we're going to, for the first initial rollout, they're going to be shelf life sizes. So they're going to be pre-made sizes just like the rest of our wheels, and you can order them as stock is, but they're not going to be available probably until about January of 24. And then we're going to be introducing another forged design at SEMA more than likely.
Hey, whoever spammed that one hundo button, we appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
We appreciate it. 2Gay Battle 757. What's your opinion for best chassis for time attack under 5K?
For under 5K?
Under 5K.
I would say a Miata. I would say a Miata.
Okay.
I mean,
you wouldn't go EG?
I would say a Miata.
Okay.
Under 5K, you find yourself a beat up Miata, and everyone turns them into race cars. Why not? I don't know. Well, under 5K.
That's tough.
There's not so many things you can get for under 5K right now off the top of my head. I mean, Max is right. You can get a beat up Civic.
I mean, 5K, you could get a shell, right? And you can get a.
Well, that's not what he's not asking for a shell.
Right.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you used to be able to get an old S chassis. You can get an old S13, but now I don't even think you can get an S13 for 5K. No, S13. I mean, base model S13s are crap.
No way.
But
Hooks at Go with the SC400 saying he's one owner and 81,000 miles on it.
Nice.
The 92 Lexus. That's awesome.
Nice. I was watching a video on Nate Chen on that car, and Formula Drift driver Nate Chen. He was talking about that car, and he was saying that they were offered limited in the States with a stick shift, and I just don't think that's true. So let me know if I'm wrong about that.
He said, I think it was the
one of
combo
1,000?
is 1 of 1,000 1JZ manuals.
I just don't think that's in the States. I would have known that by now.
I don't know. I was like his daily driver. I just saw it.
I just don't think that's true.
We got Casey M-Spec saying, hey, boys.
Yo, Casey, what's up, man? How are you?
He also asks, where did the name Konig come from?
It came from the company in Germany that originally made racing seats that originally got imported over here to the States.
And that has to have been...
Which is now KONIG USA.
Pre-1982.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was originally a company overseas, and we started to import them over here, and they were originally racing seats, which now turns into KONIG USA us.
Nice.
So
Blueberry Homecoming this weekend. Super excited for it. Got a dress and everything.
Nice.
That's
Congrats.
awesome. Have fun.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, happy homecoming. Congrats.
Homecoming was a good time.
I don't remember that at all. I remember prom. I don't remember homecoming at all.
Homecoming was like the football game. And
all right. CLT Brian, show them. You won't.
We don't have them. I can show you them if I could, Brian.
Yeah.
Like you don't get it. These things are like we're rushing to get this stuff finished.
He also goes, no balls. No balls.
We are rushing to get this stuff finished, and I am trying to figure out to make sure that we got stuff to show.
Brian says Civic EG hatch would be his under 5K option for time attack.
I just don't think you can get a clean one or even remotely
Really?
clean
EG?
one for 5K. I just don't think so.
2Gay Battle asks, how about a 240 SX?
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking a 240, a older S13 you could probably find. That's what I'm saying.
Pretty Ricky Z4M truck wheel 6x139.
6x139. I mean, we already have 6x139 in the Mamba wheels in our secondary off-road line. We have 6x139, and for the new Konig truck wheels, I don't know. We're gonna have 5 and 6 lug in this new truck wheel. I just don't know the sizes because I don't know truck bolt patterns like that. So I don't know.
We got G Money Gang asking, tell us more about these truck wheels, please.
Yeah, so we're gonna have 2 styles for these Konig truck wheels. They're gonna be Konig brand truck wheels. I believe they're Flowform wheels, and they are gonna be tuner inspired. So that's going to be it. And then in terms of finishes, I have no idea. I don't know what colors they're going to be. I do know what they're going to look like, but, and sizes available. I just don't have the information for you guys, unfortunately. That's still all coming out in the next couple weeks.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
We got Coke Gang official year.
Yo, what's up, man? That's Chris. What's up, dude? How are you?
Chris who?
Chris, you met him at Fuel Fest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. CLT Brian, Rich, what happened to your cheek? Who hurt you?
Oh, my cheek. I hurt me.
What happened?
I hurt me. I hurt myself as a child on this cheek.
Oh,
I have a scar there.
You could just see it with the lighting and made it accentuate.
That's been there since I was 8 years old.
How did it happen now?
It was a car-related thing.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that crazy? I was taking off it's crazy. I'm 8 years old. I was 8. I'm keeping it to myself. But
we got Mr. Dad 69 with a weird handle there. But when are the Forged wheels coming out?
Forged wheels are coming out. They should be ready to order in January 24.
We got BP Panda that giving the fire emojis.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. One Fast FA5. Hello.
Yo, what's up? I wonder what car he has.
I know, right? What would you recommend for FA5?
17 by 8.
Didn't you have FA5?
No, I'd have G4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I love the FA5 though. I love that car.
Who's on the podcast today?
Me, Scott, and Guillermo Carrera, who goes by GC Drifting on Instagram. He is a sim racer, coach, and driver. And we're talking to him about all sim-related stuff, some Formula Drift stuff, and etc. He's on the podcast today. It's a really cool one with the whole spike in Gran Turismo and the sim racing fad.
Have you seen it yet?
No,
the movie?
Not fad, but the whole rise of sim racing and whatnot. It's all sim-related podcasts. It's really cool stuff.
I saw a commercial yesterday that Gran Turismo is about to be on all the streaming platforms, so I think I'm gonna watch that.
I'm just gonna wait.
I'm just watching that.
I'm glad I waited then.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so if you guys don't know, like we talk about some really in-depth stuff on this podcast on how Guillermo's able to take measurements and dynographs from real life, from his cars or from the cars that these people race into the game, so it comes close to a 1-to-1 ratio of, in his words, he says that he can go out and drive his G35 or G37 and he can drive that car on the track and then go back to his sim and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's identical between the two. Really interesting stuff, and if you're not a believer, check out the podcast. Maybe you'll believe it.
And you've also got at a higher level Robert Thorne, FD guy, saying it's 1-to-1 crossover.
Yeah, so Formula Drift Pro driver Robert Thorne, Guillermo is the coach for his team, and it's incredible, it really is.
Driftbox29 saying it's a good movie.
It's a good movie?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like a good movie, and honestly, the momentum behind it, it is.
CLT Brian, if you love Kenny G, you'll love Gran Turismo. Kenny G, the musician?
I don't know.
The artist?
But
that might be a little past our time there, Brian. You're getting old. One Fast FA5. I'm on 18 by 11 and 18 by 9. Love my wheels. Thank you guys to make good and affordable wheels.
Oh my God, 18
Wait,
by
18, 11, and 18 by 9.
Yeah, 9's in the rear, 11's in the front.
What?
Yeah. But I mean,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
a beefy fitment on that car. Let me tell you,
that's fat boy.
I think I ran 10.5 on my 9th gen, but your car could take a little bit more, so that makes sense.
M-Spec Performance saying, when are we going to see some lower offsets like plus 15 and lower? And actually, I just recorded a video for this Friday with Scott about an hour ago where that question is specifically addressed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's really just a supply and demand thing, right?
Casey, I can answer you with this one for the lower offsets. This is exactly what Scott would say. For what car are you trying to fit? He would want to know, for what car, and we know your case scenario, what car. But the lower offset stuff. I mean, we do have some stuff available. I mean, we have stuff as low as 12. But it really just depends what car.
But we do address that specifically in this week's Friday content. And it's Scott going in depth on it, so might be able to get you a better answer there. M-Spec Performance also, I love my sim, over 2,000 hours logged.
It's incredible.
Damn.
It's incredible, man.
Tell us what kind of sim rig, like just a basic overview. You running Fanatec or like Mazda racing? I know everyone's getting into the Mazda lately.
Yeah, that stuff looks good.
Yeah. Jimmy G93. You know what I'm noticing with the sim racing is at the higher levels, nobody's using the Logitech stuff. Like the newer, nice direct drive wheel that they came out with. I'm not seeing that at all. I think it's too expensive.
I'm a Logitech fanboy, so I'll end up probably getting that.
Jimmy G93. Any other 19-inch Ampliform offsets that offer a concave face at plus 23? Other than plus 23.
Other than plus 23, no, we have the higher one. But yeah, we do have a higher one though. It's a 19 by 10 at like a 43 or something like that.
B profile?
Yeah, the B profile.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
okay, so plus 43.
So there you go, something like that. It's like a 40 or something.
Blueberry, I got to get my sim stuff dialed.
Yeah.
That's what we're all doing right now.
I don't even have.
Blueberry, just check out today's podcast because it's going to be a really good one. And after that, I'm sure it's going to give you the motivation to get it all dialed. 2Gay Battle 757. What about making cool wheels for trailer applications so my car hauler looks good too? That's a great question.
It's a good question. I don't know if that'll ever happen for us, but I'm not going to say it won't. So maybe.
Well, like, why not? I mean, what do trailer wheels look like? They're just super thin, I would assume.
Typically
not
steel.
very thick, right?
Yeah.
Driftbox29. I'm a believer, but I just drive too much off of feel, so it doesn't translate. I use sim for mindset practice.
So I don't know. I mean,
Makes sense.
The argument for the first one is there in the podcast today. So in other words, the feel can be there through calibration and stuff like that. So
remember, G also says that like he drives in the sims primarily with his eyes, right, rather than like the feel of the car because you just don't have that. And like he thinks that's a huge benefit when you actually get into a real car. You're using your eyes more. CLT Brian, 10.5 on the FG. How?
On the FG4, I ran 10.5. I ran an 18.5 on that car.
No body modifications or anything? No wide
Well,
body?
that fits on the fronts, and the rears I had to do a camber kit.
Did it rub?
Yeah, of course it rubbed. What? Of course it rubbed. I'd rolled fenders. I had a rear camber kit, but the 10.5 fits on the front.
One Fast FA5 says the new Pro Logitech wheel feels really good.
See, that's what I'm trying to get. But once they make an actual shifter, I'll buy it.
I like the pedals. Yeah, they haven't. They got to do the shifter.
The shifter's gonna come, but because they have the load cell pedals, they have the new direct drive steering wheel set or whatever. And when they do a shifter, I'll buy the Logitech.
Can you change?
Stuff.
Is the wheel interchangeable?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Let's see. We got Diggity Down here. What up?
Who's that?
I don't know.
Sounds like a loser.
Sounds like a bum. CLT Brian, I'd like to get into the sim stuff, but real-time track stuff is too expensive to do both. It's a good point. But you could argue you get more seat time and practice in with a sim, right?
That's true. I mean, you can get a lot more seat time on a sim. It's really weird. So.
Oh, cool comment by Casey. Casey says he's got a Sim Magic DD. Okay, I've heard of that. That's the Fanatec sponsored one, I think, Sim Magic. Fanatec load cell pedals, Fanatec shifter, Thrustmaster handbrake, curved triple monitor, tube frame Sparco seat, measured and set to match my pro car. That's sick.
So here's some stuff. I'll talk about some stuff I didn't talk about on the podcast, so there's no redundancy. Some things that I wanted to talk about on the podcast, but I refrained from saying because I didn't want to ramble too much, was I think it's really funny that the sim racing is going to create a weird mix of car people and computer nerds. I think it's really cool, and that's kind of what I am, and I love it. I don't know. I think it's sick.
It's just a whole bunch of Jessies.
Yeah, like Jesse from Fast and Furious. You know, it's like you get a whole bunch of like weird nerdy stuff like that, plus a love for cars.
You calling Casey a nerd, bro?
Casey, you're a nerd.
No,
kidding,
we love
bro?
Casey.
Kidding,
Casey's the man. Blueberry, mainly need a chassis for it. Desk setup with my chair is funky. Tell her about you do the car seat. You're gonna take a WRX seat or something like that.
I have gaming chairs at my house that I made out of WRX chairs.
That's cool.
So I took them out of like a 2011 WRX or something like that, and I just made them into office chairs. I have a pair of the driver's seat and the passenger seat, and they're fully functional. Really cool. Nice. I made those years ago.
We'll get a final call for questions here in the comments below.
Yeah, definitely.
We got Casey saying, Sim is fantastic for eye training. You're always going where you're looking. It's so nice when you get in a real car and get to add the feel and G-force to it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I wonder if that's G kind of goes over it actually today with the eyes.
Yeah.
CLT Brian, but the way I drive on a sim isn't the way I drive in real life. Well, because when there's a wall there.
Well, Brian's not a drifter though.
That's true.
Yeah, Brian's also not a drifter. But again, if you guys just joined in, we were talking about on the podcast in about half an hour's time. We're going to be talking sim racing stuff with me, Scott, and Guillermo Cabrera, also known as GC Drifting on Instagram. We're all going to be getting together and talking about some sim-related stuff. That's in about half an hour time. Friday, we have a piece of content coming down on our YouTube channel about prepping your wheels, getting them ready for winter, and then we'll take a final call for last questions, guys, because we're going to get out of here.
We got one fast FA5. Sim driving helps tons for braking points, turn-in points. I dropped 2 seconds after practicing on sim.
That's awesome. That's crazy to hear from someone who, goes on the track.
And really, to take a step further, when G talks about how they laser scan tracks now and how it's like 1-to-1, they use them for like muscle memory.
Yeah,
training.
you can just do 1,000 laps on a track before actually going there.
And they just do it blindfolded.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right. Blueberry, guess I'm taking my passenger seat out. Bestie's just gonna have to sit on the floor.
Oh no, strap him up to the back.
Sorry, Bestie. Fetty Big T, hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
What up, Fetty? And we got what's your daily in here?
My daily is a 2007 Mazda Speed 3.
Are you gonna put the Miata away for winter? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm putting the Miata away for the winter real soon in the next couple.
Just a car cover and leave it outside, or what?
I'm gonna get it detailed, and I'm gonna just put a cover on it and just leave it outside. Yep, that's all I can do. It's a New York life.
There you go. And I think we got one more. M-Spec saying, G is the man. Stoked you guys finally got to talk with him.
Yeah, no, but we also got to speak with him at FD New Jersey. It was awesome. And then the podcast now.
Well,
so
when
he's
we
the
met
man.
him in person, we immediately were like, all right, that dude's the man. We need
Yeah,
to get him
well,
on podcast.
Max used to show me videos of him all the time, and then we were talking to him, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is him!" I was like, "Okay, I already knew his channel and Instagram page and whatnot."
I was like starstruck a little bit.
Yeah,
I was
it was
like, wait,
sick.
that's him? Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta talk to him.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, really
But
nice.
yeah, guys, that's about it. So thank you guys for joining us. Right, we're done. No
I got
questions?
one more question.
Cool, one more question.
Last question. One Fast FA5. Y'all do sponsorship?
We do sponsorships. You guys can send us over a proposal to sponsorship@konigwheels.com. Try to send over a proper proposal. They'll give you a better chance of potentially getting sponsored. That's about it. And then if you guys want to check out any tips on sponsorship, check out our YouTube series on our channel. It's a 5-episode series on how to get sponsored or help your chances to get sponsored. That's about it. Thank you guys. Take care. Happy Wednesday. Bye.